What's up, Tubers? It's James here, and welcome to a fresh movie review, which is probably 5 days late for me. Hold on. 4 days late because I didn't want to give the spoilers away, but now it's Sunday for me, and it's been out for a few days. I can safely give my review for Captain Marvel. Now. Directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck. I don't think I know them. Other than a few things, okay. Also written by the same two. Main cast: Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, Jude Law, Clark Gregg, Ben Mendelsohn, Annette Bening, who played awesomely in a role for her, and yeah, the rest are just players that don't really come out to it. But yes, Captain Marvel. First of all, it gives a nice honor and tribute to Stan Lee. He I don't know how many more special cameos we're going to get of him. I think the last one is possibly in Spider-Man Homecoming. No, Far From Home. But yes, this is basically the backstory of Captain Marvel. It's set in the 90s, and it feels very 90s. Like, the nostalgia is fucking high. I really enjoyed it. The fun thing was like, oh, look at that. Like, there's Game Boys, there's Blockbuster, rest in peace Blockbuster yourself. There are a few like pages, and the music is basically all the greatest, most of the greatest hits of the 90s as well. Brie Larson does an amazing job, in my opinion, as Captain Marvel. Young Nick Fury is badass and hilarious. Jude Law as Young Rog, he does it well, I'm assuming, for a Kree. Yes. Annette Bening, how old is she? Not that age matters in this, but 58. Okay, 1958. 61. No. Yes, 61. No, she's 60. And she does well as Dr. Wendy Lawson, as well as the Supreme Intelligence. Agent Coulson, he's not there for very long, but he does well as a young version of him. And the Skrull, yeah, they do their best to touch and manipulate and transform into regular people or whatever. And like in the trailer, we get to see the fight between Captain Marvel and the elderly woman. And that's what I loved about that part the most. That throughout most of the other superhero movies, it's like, oh look, there's a nod to Captain America. Oh look, Iron Man makes an appearance. Oh look, Spider-Man, blah blah blah. But this one, no, look, wait, the Captain Marvel punches an elderly lady. But that's just my sense of humor anyway. But yes, like I said, it feels very 90s, like a great story, how she's lost her memory, how the spoilers, the twist was that the Kree are technically the bad guys, which is weird because in Secret Invasion, it was the Skrull, and the way Carol Danvers gets her powers is also a little confusing as well. It's like, okay, because in like the animated series, Captain Marvel explodes on her. That sounds weird and dirty, but no. From what I know, there's a blood transfusion in one, maybe, but yeah. But the way they go about it, it goes well for the timeline and the superhero feel. I'm looking forward to see how Brie Larson goes in Endgame. By the way, stay behind twice. There's two cutscenes or two intro things. And the first one, when we first see her again, she looks pissed more than usual. But yeah, again, great action, great nostalgia feel. Like, also, it feels like if this was like one of those one-off movies that the studio wanted to make off back in the day, back in the 90s, it would have worked well. It's just the way it's an alien and a human try to figure out an alien invasion coming to Earth to stop war between alien races. It just, the way it works out to be like a superhero movie and a generic alien stopping movie, like a bit like Men in Black, which kind of works. And the best part is the wankiness of how Nick Fury loses his eye, because it was Winter Soldier. It was like, oh, I lost it to someone who I trusted, and so since 2014, I've been wondering who, how, and when and why he lost his eye, and how deep the cut or the thing would have been, and just the fact that it goes and shows you like, really, oh, Fury. You wanker, you fucking wanker. But yeah. Jude Law plays a good villain in this. Lee Pace comes in as Ronan for like probably a few seconds and all that stuff. But yeah. High praise. I give it a 9. If there was a bit more action and a bit more of a bit more music, as well as probably a little less what else, like a bit more showing where she landed up post her movie / in the future of Infinity War would have been nice. Hopefully we get that in Endgame. But yes, I give it a 9. Personally, for like the Marvel's first female-led superhero movie, it was really good. Like I said, Brie Larson does an amazing job in this, and it's like technically like a buddy comedy as well with Samuel L. Jackson, and self-discovery and all that stuff, and how all the 90s were bad, the fashion, but the music, it was so great. So yes, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, guys. And what did you guys think of it? Because some people love it, some people fucking hate it, which is weird. Friend of mine thinks it's on the par of Thor 2, and Thor 2 was bad. Not as bad as Iron Man 3, but we won't get into that. We'll get into that a bit later on. I think this is like close to not as good as Civil as Winter Soldier, not as good as Ragnarok or Infinity War. Probably high in the top 10 of the Marvel movies. And I need to do a list by myself on that. But yes. So, Captain Marvel's down. Next month we have Endgame, and it's all on here. How is it coming to full circle? How is this phase going to end? Are we going to see Stan Lee? Are we going to see a fucking fight between Captain Marvel and Thanos? Are we going to see Tony Stark die? Or is he going to, like, my theory, is he going to become like Wednesday, part of the sound system, like like how his computer was. So he's technically in the movies, but he's not in the movies. And will Captain America die too? And how will Spider-Man come back to life, or is he dead for good? Because technically, I heard that was technically his last. Far Away From Home is his last movie, and hopefully we get Miles Morales. Hopefully, but yes, questions. hopefully will be answered. Again, like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. There we go.